Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Have you subscribed? Yes, you. Have you subscribed? You. Yeah, before you go, click. It's free. Click. Just that's it. Have you subscribed? You are laughing. Have you subscribed? Have you subscribed? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, madam, thank you so much. I can see you. I can see you. We have to get to 100,000 subscribers. This by the end of the year. How are we going to do that if you don't subscribe? Yes, you. Yes, you're about to click off. Why? Have you subscribed? It's free. If you don't, ask your son, ask your daughter how to. Just one click. Thank you. Thank you. I see you. Aha. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, there are no ladies on the platform yet. So, there was an issue. I don't thank God this one is showing on YouTube. I think we didn't realize that the last podcast it only showed for 2 hours something. That means the rest 2 hours we were just talking. We don't know what happened. But other YouTube channel were showing. I think it's just this one. The fear is, or the concern is, I hope it was not hacked or it has not been hacked. So
yeah,
I think it was hacked.
Okay, I think Rudolph will look into that. Someone, I believe it to be brought to his attention. So, if KJ, you have the floor. You are the moderator. I am not the moderator, so people will come in. So I leave it for you. I'm tired. I've been sitting down here since Dr. Damaji started. I was backstage on the comment section before I started.
It's going to hold me down from being able to come. I'm not a forefather kind of moderator. I don't dominate the discussion.
KJB, no tries. You are the moderator. Remove your Biafra cap.
I'm going to put my. I'm going to put a disclaimer here.
Put your journalism cap on.
Yeah. So here's what I'm going to say before I go into that. When people bring an idea, this is what I think. Irrespective of your position as an individual, listen to what the people are saying. If it don't make sense to you, you can simply say, well, this idea don't make sense to me, but it's your idea. I mean, that's the only liberty we still have around the world, that you have the ability to have your own say, and people should respect it. So, coming to this issue, most of the time there's an Igbo proverb that you don't decide what type of soup you're going to cook with the monkey that is still on the tree in the bush. So you first of all catch the monkey or kill the elephant, and then when the elephant is within your reach, then you can now begin to plan whether it's okra soup or egusi soup you're going to make out of it. The Biafra movement is still in the works. It has not been realized yet. When we begin to struggle with which is the boundary and which is not the boundary and what's going to be and who's not going to be part of it, I think we're putting the cart before the horse. Again, I'll say this. Talking about whether it is going to be landlocked or not landlocked, people have built artificial rivers and waters, and that have served the nations, more so that we have an opening into the sea. So it's even going to be much easier if we decide to say we want to dam, part of Biafra land. But having said that, I want to say this, and I say it again. If you do not like Simon Ekpa, it's okay. You don't have to like everybody. If you don't appreciate his idea, it's also okay. You don't have to appreciate his idea. But let's stop calling names. You see, some of us, the questions I hear people asking here, they think that this movement is just all about Simon Ekpa. No, Simon Ekpa has a lot of people supporting him. They are people who are intellectuals like you and I, and researchers and all that, who are also behind the movement. He's not doing the thing alone by himself. He's not the only one calling himself a prime minister in exile. So even if we don't agree with the process or we don't know about it, It's not everything that happens in the world that you know about. Do you know when Facebook was started? Do you know when they were in the works until Facebook became something that we're all now using? So let's keep an open mind, irrespective of the fact that it is. Look, I have not heard anybody talk about the Yoruba people who have gone to make a presentation in London. Call them, talk down on the professor, talk down on Sunday Igboho, talk down on those people who are there. I have not heard that. How come when it has to do with the Igbos, the Middle Belt have a movement? Hold on, Jagun, I'll give you opportunity to speak. I'm just opening up. The Middle Belt have a movement, the Middle Belt Forum, that also agitating for their own state. In fact, they were agitating to join the East. We have not heard anybody come out to condemn them. The Arewa youths that have been agitating and sending Igbos away from the north and giving us all kinds of limitations and mandates to leave the north. I have not heard people hold forums, insult them, call their leaders names. I have not heard the people who gave patwa to the governor of Benue State. Okay, people call them names. I have not heard that. So why is that when it has to do with once it is Igbo, it becomes an international, in fact, the people don't know anything. Everybody has a way to determine how the Igbo should go about their business, apart from the Igbo man. Every other person knows how the Igbo should go about their cause, apart from the Igbo man. It irritates me because we don't come tell the Yorubas this is the way to go about your agitation. We don't go tell the Arewa people this is how to go about it. We don't even tell the smaller minority group this is the way to go about your agitation. Why is it that it's the Igbo people that must be told how to do the agitation? Every time it comes back to that thing, Look.
I would like to disagree, I would like to disagree with everything you said.
Jagun, I'm not going to take that. So
no, I just said I would like to disagree. I'm not saying anything.
No, don't jump in.
Freedom of speech,
please.
All right, for the record, KJ is the moderator. KJ, 1 second. KJ is the one moderating, not me. So I'm just a panelist on this ground. I will come back later on. I just need a short minute break. Thank you very much.
So as we discuss, keep in mind, I'm not going to accept any insults. I'm not going to accept anybody insulting anybody. I'm not going to accept you insulting a group of people or something. Lay your ideas on the ground. If you accepted, okay. If you don't accept, simply say, I do not agree. Just no calling of names, please. All right. Thank you so much. Having said that, AY,
can I come in?
Hold on now. AY was first before you now, bros.
I know, but I'm asking if I can come in. It's okay. No, go ahead.
It's AY. It's AY.
We are in Biafra. We don't run Biafra this way, Jagu. You can't be disruptive.
But you enjoy comedy a lot, and I too enjoy comedy. But anyway, if you can allow me to quickly disagree.
Go ahead, Jagu. Go ahead.
Thank you. Brother KJ, your opening, for me, hearing it wasn't fair or balanced. We have spoken about the Yoruba agitation on this very platform. I, for one, gesticulated my opinions about what's this guy's name? Yes, thank you. I called him an abject illiterate because that's what he is. He's not leading me anywhere. Secondly, whilst like anybody else who has a feeling and affiliation for his or her people, I want one Nigeria. I want one Nigeria because we have been in this position for so long, but in global terms, I see one Nigeria as a serious power base for Black people in this world. That's why I want one Nigeria, not because of any nostalgic, atmospheric nonsense. No, there are reasons why I want one Nigeria. As far as my relationships to that one Nigeria, the majority of my closest friends in that country are actually Igbos. The majority of them. Of my closest friends. People I move with, eat with, drink with. We go out, we formulate businesses, we move. You understand? We move. And I like to be progressive. This attitude, and I say it as an attitude, that a lot of Igbo speakers have, is one filled with emotion and emotional imbalance. This, what you just suggested, as though it's only us who are suffering. Why is it only us? It's only Igbos. Why is everyone? That for me, bruh, it's like, do you have a backbone? Will you stand up and stop slattering about the place? I don't like it. It rubs me up the wrong way. It rubs me up the wrong way. I want to be able to communicate what I want to communicate to the person I'm communicating to. I don't want paragraphs. No, sorry. What do they call this thing? Any parameters, basically, as to how I'm speaking and communicate. I dislike it immensely. I'll tell you why. Because I'm not in Nigeria like the rest of you people who are walking around like this. No, I've been out in the diaspora. As I keep telling you people, I am one of the first people in this diaspora. If you're in the diaspora and you're coming here to do nonsense, bro, for me, you're a failure, because you haven't understood what the diaspora is, what it means, and how long it's been in existence. You haven't understood it. So me, that watches Nigeria from afar, I know that I know more about Nigeria than people living in that country. I regularly pick up the phone, speak to my brothers and sisters, and ask them, did you know this? Did you know that? They don't know, because the communication runs a lot slower there than it does here. So for everything that you just said in opening this, I reject it all. I don't believe it to be a reality. I believe it that you are a man who does not want to be a man. If you are Igbo man, stand as an Igbo man. This thing called Biafra, Igbo doesn't need surname. We know what is Igbo. We don't, Igbo Biafra. Nonsense, as far as I'm concerned, with all due respect. Yeah, that's how I see it. Me as a Yoruba man, I don't need to start embellishing all kinds of connotations against who I am. I don't need that. What's that rubbish? Me, Soji Adamo, Jagun, first of the Yorubas. That's all. Finish. Over to you.
All right, thank you. That's your opinion, and you are entitled to it. AY, go ahead.
Okay, we are here again. So there is one thing Jagu said I want to really like re-echo. So we as Nigeria is the leader of the Black world. I think there is a lot of expectations from Nigerians as regard the Black people all over the world, no matter where they are. So if we go ahead and reduce ourselves to smaller units, I think we are not doing ourselves any good. We are not doing the Black world, Black nation any good. Apart from that, I also, with somebody like KJ, well exposed, well educated, I would ordinarily see if the Igbo really want Biafra. I think the subject is supposed to start from the leaders, the elected, duly elected people in the East. I mean, the governors, the senators, the rep. I really wonder, why can't they raise a motion in the Senate, in the House of Rep, and say, this country is not favoring us? If the country, if the leaders, the president, the government are not ready to have discussion with the Igbos, we want to leave. We want to go from our country. Samuel Ekpa, even Mazina Kanu, these are not state actors. I don't really know the way they want to really achieve this. Ojukwu is one of the finest Nigerian military men that ever came out of Nigeria. With his resources, with his network, with his strength, he fought a good fight. He could not succeed. I really wonder how these, let me call them bloody civilians, how they think they want to achieve Biafra with bullets. I think we can't go back to that. We can't go back to war, to be honest. I know if Ojukwu is still alive today fighting for Biafra, I don't think he will go the route of bullets. Because that is not going to favor anybody. My fear, which David Uday said when he was here weekend, if Nigeria want to go to the route of war, my fear is I don't want 10 million. I don't want to lose 10 million Nigerians. Nigeria population is over 200 million. If you throw a bomb in Lagos, you know how many people that will die. It's not going to be funny. So we need to have restraint and look for a way to have this discussion. Let's have this discussion respectfully, in a way, use the all legal means to make sure, even if any part of Nigeria want to break out, let them go. For me, my position as regard to Nigeria, anything that will make the common man in Nigeria live like a normal human being, live like a normal person, they are able to provide basic things for them. I'm not interested in the political class, the criminals class. I'm interested in the common people in Nigeria. Either they are from Anambra, they are from Maiduguri, they are from Rivers. These are my people. If you take Nigeria to break it to 10 parts, for these people to have a life, for them to live like normal human being, I'm in support of that movement.
Okay.
As long as I want to see the common people in Nigeria, they live like normal human beings, have road, their children attend good schools.
Okay.
Again, so that is where I stand. Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay.
AY. Thank you for your submission. I don't want to respond. I'll leave Dr. Agi.
Yes, I'm so eager.
Yes,
I'm
please
so
go ahead.
eager. Yeah. Mr. Jagun.
Yes, madam.
Thank you so much. I like the way you say. I wish things are really the way you look at it. Just like Biafra agitation didn't just start like overnight. And anybody that has followed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or Mazi Simon Ekpa, we know at one point they were just like you and I. No, not me and you people. I swear. They were just like Mr. Jagrin and Mr. AY, one Nigeria. There's an adage they say in my place. They say there's something that makes a bird to start singing. The issue about Nigeria now, let me direct Mr. AY. The way you are speaking, are you really on the ground? You know why I'm saying this? This thing you are saying, you want a Nigeria where people will eat, where people will do that. That's my wish. But wish is not reality. If we can take a little bit, let's leave Biafra a little bit. Do you see what is going on in the north? How people are being murdered? People don't go to the farm. Classical example, Plateau, Benue, and Kaduna. If you follow up, did you hear last week do you know that the state of Niger State, that Boko Haram are collecting tax in 7 states? Have you watched where the Nigerian military said that Boko Haram came and took their tanker and everything? Are you really looking at the issues? Even whether it's Delta, Igbo, the safest place at this point, I'm telling you, like people still go to farm a little bit, is in that southeast since Master Simon Ekpa said, oh, you've killed us enough. If we kill us, we kill you. So when you talk about all this, how is those things are happening? If they are happening, why agitate? But there are things you look like when you follow pattern. You know that it's not about what I say. It's not whether I get Biafra. That's one thing I like about internet. This discussion we're having today, we will all watch it later. Nigeria, whether it's Biafra or whatever, staying one Nigeria is not going to help us at all. Things are getting worse. And the issue we're talking about here is human beings are being killed like chicken. And despite human beings being killed like chickens, do you know journalists can't even say a thing. They will, So the Nigeria you are talking about, whether Biafra goes away or not, it will collapse. The only good thing we Biafrans that have agitators have started is that we are prepared. Maybe the other people, I'm saying maybe, I don't know, they might not be prepared. As for Nigeria going away, it will get away. What do you say about a president of Nigeria? It's not about religion. Everyone here is saying, carry people along, carry people along. Who carried you along for you to be a member of OIC? That the current president went to Arab meeting and representing you as a Muslim country? Are we not secular state? Who voted you? Who voted the people that about how many states in the north are using Sharia? Dear, whether you believe in it, whether you are Christian or not, that Sharia law will be applicable to you. Who voted for that? Then you say something about calling Mazi Simon Ekpa and Mazi Namdeka, they are not stakeholders, about the leader. Do you know the composition of the House of Rep and Senate? Before anything can be done, is it not, if I follow what you are saying about carrying everybody along, it's done by voting. Which vote do they have to get what they want? And besides that, most of the Igbos you see are no more Dojuku of Igbos in those days. The Igbos you see there today in Abuja, they are half, I don't even know, let me not say anything on public. They go there in the sense that they are representing us, but they go there for their own pocket. Then another thing I want to ask you again, when did we refine Biafra to be Igbo? Was it what Ojukwu fought for, 1967 to 1970? When did Biafra now become Igbo thing instead of every other person? So, like I said, if we're here or anywhere we are, we look at things practically. So, and I mean, there are a lot of things I would like to say, but like I said, I'm not here in capacity. I'm not representing anybody, but I had to say who I am. That's giving you a full disclosure.
Calm down.
Thank you.
All
Mana,
right.
quick question.
Thank you.
Quick
Thank you.
question.
No,
to
hold
Madam.
on. Right, bro, AY, please. I'm totally in control. Just hold on. Yes, Mr. Ogo.
No. You're not speaking on behalf of anybody. Yeah. So we know you know what you're talking about.
Mr. Ogo, do you have a contribution to make, or you are just
Yeah.
done? So
She's
go ahead and speak.
just saying. Yeah, she's saying what we know, and I know what she's saying. So, yeah.
All right, thank you. AY.
Okay, Madam, my question to you, right? You said Biafra is not just Igbo. You've seen quite a number of people from the South region speaking on this platform today. Have you seen anyone supporting that movement that said, yes,
Okay.
I'm from the South region. I'm a member of Biafra. I'm supporting Biafra.
Oh, yes.
So many of those people you see speaking, like Forefather, like what's his name?
Tone.
No, Tony Sibo, of course. Tony
No,
Sibo,
but it's okay. I'm just telling you, not every
yeah, there are
person
quite a
supports,
number
so
of
it's
people.
okay to call Tone.
You see, to be honest, that is the other topic entirely. If you try to force people that don't speak Igbo to be member of Biafra, trust me, it will never happen. If you are taking Ijo without having discussion with them, agree with you, and to say, oh, we are going to be part of that Biafra because of the discussion we are having, it will never happen. You only create crisis in that whole region. I can tell you that. Don't forget, during the Biafra Ojukwu was fighting for, it's kind of different from the Biafra of today. The Biafra of Ojukwu, we don't have South, we don't have this region cut out. So Ojukwu was a leader. Anyhow, even if you don't like Ojukwu, you know he has the capacity to talk to people, to have discussion, to have negotiation. You will call him a leader. He was a leader, but that person is not there now. For example, go to the job area and said, listen, we need to have discussion. We want you to be part of us. what I've seen on this platform, especially people supporting Biafra from the Igbo places, they dismiss what is called South South. They tell you there is nothing like that. You cannot say that because South South, it is a region that, in terms of population, is competing with even the Southeast, if not more. It's
Okay.
6 states.
Anyway, I have a question for you.
Okay,
You're not-
okay,
I'm
no,
not
no,
taking-
no, no.
Hold on, Jam. No,
Okay.
madam, hold on.
Yes, so I will hold on, but madam,
No,
please,
no. Oh, Jam, please.
if
please.
I can speak, bro,
No,
why
no.
take
Hold
your
on.
time? What's the matter?
Hold on.
What's
I
the
don't
matter,
intend to allow
KJ?
this to go out of control. I will remove you. I'm serious. Now,
Why?
because you are becoming a distraction, and I don't want.
So you don't want me to speak to you?
When it is
I
your
was
turn.
aiming my conversation to you.
No.
Okay, go ahead. Be who you want to be.
Anyway, do you know that the deputy, the head of state at that time, the second in command to Ojuku's, was Philip Effiong?
I know.
Have you read the book his son wrote recently? His son who lives in London also, what the book he wrote? Have you been able to lay your hands on it?
No.
Okay, please get your hands on that. It will help you to understand how far the Biafran movement at that time was and how many people were involved. Hold on, sir. Hold on. I don't want to get myself into the discussion. I'm just laying that out for you, and then we can go ahead. Finish your comment.
During Ojuku, right? That is what I said. I'm not denying it. During the Biafra, during Ojuku time, a majority of people, especially from the Akwa Ibom, Cross River, they were interested in working with Ojuku. But not today. I think that is the mistake we are having. When you talk to people from the South Side region, trust me, there is no referendum. I can bet my $50,000 it's not gonna go through anywhere in the South Side.
Okay, anyway, I will bet you on your $50,000.
I'm telling you, I'm ready to do that.
I'm coming to you, Jagun, just 1 minute. I will bet you because let me just give you a home run. My wife is from Niger Delta, and she's Shekiri, and I asked her father.
Hey, bro.
Hello, sir. Hold on, please. And I asked her father, "Are you people Igbo?" Because some people say people are not Igbo. You know what he told me? He said,
Hey, bro.
He said, forget all those ones. All that is nonsense. That's politics. They know they're Igbos, and that's it.
Quick question to you, KJ. Quick question to you.
Yes.
Quick question to you.
Yes.
KJ, hold on, Jagu. Is Shekiri origin?
Let me deal with that. Let me deal with that for him. Don't worry. Thank you. Now, Madam Angie, I'm happy that you are still with us. My brother KJ, I'm afraid you have things so upside down. It's rather shocking. When we look at, let's say, the Yorubas, and how, no matter if you like Yoruba or not, that we can put that to the side. Let's just look at the people. The Yorubas are clannish, which is to say that, like me now, I'm from Ondo State, so we are Ondo indigens, and we are quite different from the people of Ogun State. We're quite different, even though we speak the same Yoruba. The thing is, there are Yorubas in Kwara who are the majority of the people in Kwara. There are Yorubas in Kogi who are actually, when you bring them all together, they are actually the my brother, we need to deal with this guy. They are actually the majority of the people in that Kogi state. And I've done the maths. I've done the maths.
Hello.
Wait. Please, thank you for that. I've done the maths on this thing. The Ishekiri. We've had our issues, Ishekiri and Yoruba. But the core of Ishekiri, just like the core of the people in Kogi State who are I've forgotten their name momentarily. The root of their language is Yoruba. It's undisputable. Yet these people have been dragged in, if you like, to the Igbo or Biafra context. Now, clearly, we have an understanding that what they call Biafra is not singularly Igbo. Having said that, that's why I asked for the geography, and the numbers are very important. Very important. As a geographical term, South-South has more geographical eminence than Biafra. Because as far
sorry, Jagun, since you are talking about that word South, is there anywhere again in the world?
Well, this is what I'm putting to you.
Hold on, sir. Hold on.
This is what I'm putting. Wait. This is what. Don't
Is there any
over.
other place apart
You
from
can ask me
Nigeria
that, but this is what I'm putting to you,
Hold
sir.
on, sir. Hold on.
No, I'm going to answer your question in what I'm saying. So allow me to speak, as I had to sit back and allow you to speak. The term South geographically, and you know, I'm a historian and a geographican. There's no such word. I'm very much in the geographical space.
But how can we do that?
Wait, please.
How can we do that? So
can we do something?
Okay,
KJ?
Mr. Ugo, if you continue to interrupt, I will remove you and I'll bring you back again.
Thank you.
I've been removing you. I thought you learned, but you're not learning. So
thank you.
Don't just come in and begin to speak, Mr. Ugo. It has to be your turn. It's your turn, then you speak. But let Jagun speak. And when we get to you, you can speak.
Good. Now, the term Biafra has less geographical content than the term South-South. So you go and do your maths with that, because I'm not bouncing around with that. I know what they're talking about when they say South-South, because there are people who are called Ijo in that very area.
But I asked you a simple question, Jagun.
Yeah, but I answered it simply. I don't know if you understand.
In the world that refers to their locations as South-South, not
Okay, let me give you one. That's very African. South-South, the South-South Bronx, the South-South Bronx. There you are, if you want. There you are. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Jagun. All right, let's move on.
KJ, could I? I'm not gonna be here long, right? Because this doesn't call for a long.
Just give me 1 minute. Let Ugo. Ugo, are you ready now to speak? Please, you can make your point. You don't have to jump into anybody's discussion. Wait for them to land. You go ahead, Ugo. Ugo, go ahead now. Mr. Ugo, can you hear us?
He may be having connection issues. As you sort it out, let me make my comment and I'll
go ahead,
I'll get out of here.
Pansa.
Yeah. All these Biafra has a defined
term. It's true. Hold on.
I wasn't got to speak.
KJ.
Can you speak now, Mr. Ugo?
So you don't just have to push me.
Sorry?
I'm in the middle of my comment. Why don't you wait? Let me finish what I'm saying. Then you started out with him, right? Why all this drama?
Okay, go ahead.
I'm saying that Biafra has a defined territory. There's been the state of Biafra before, Republic of Biafra. So all those who come here talking nonsense all the time, or who's Igbo, who's not Biafra. Biafra is not just Igbo. Even if it is, Igbo is big enough to take over that whole country. We fought the British. That's who's menacing us. Not all these punks you see here. Somebody like AY, we went through his place in one day on August 9th, 1967, and took him over. Took over that place and made it a republic. One of their leaders, David Ejo, we see him in the binoculars running to his mother's place. We could have smoked his ass, but we didn't. Because that's one mistake we made before. We kept thinking the enemy is all the way in the Fulani areas, right? But it's not going to happen again. It's not by choice. There's a lot of things that are going to be determined by force, right? We know our territory, and we had a lot of people kidnapped. I do have differences with Simon Ekpa and Nnamdi Kanu, because what they're looking at is small. We're going to take over that whole country. We brought independence, and we're going to go up north, and we're going to drain the swamp. But we're going to do it by overwhelming force, right? It's going to be overwhelming force. I haven't seen the force that we need to do what we have to do. We're going to do what we have to do. But it's going to be by overwhelming force. You know, all you have to do, AY, is go and read your history books. We've been to your place. It took us
Try
1
it
day.
again, Pastor. Try
I'm
it
gonna do
again.
it
And
again.
see what we will do
So
to you.
it's not up for discussion for Jegun or AY to determine our boundaries. We have boundaries already.
You don't have any boundaries. You're just talking, mate.
Let me land.
Yes, please
Pastor, your
land.
boundary is fine.
Please land. Oh.
Besides, if it's just man or man,
Don't blow yourself up when you're landing.
You, Jegun yourself. Can you stop? You can't stop what we're doing. You little sissy punk, right? Every time we're talking about Biafra, you have the temerity to come on this platform to talk nonsense. They're killing our people every day. Do you know how many people lost in that war?
Do you know how many people we lost?
I don't give a damn how many people you lost.
Exactly. This is what, madam, I want you to listen very carefully to this discourse.
It's disrespectful to come on our platform and talking nonsense. Go to your
Which one is ours? Which one is ours?
So now let me conclude by saying
this is Rudolph platform, not your platform.
Let me conclude by saying this.
I'm trying as much as possible to maintain sanity, but if you are going to
you gotta remove them. If you're talking about Biafra, you gotta remove these idiots, right? Because no, KJ, it's not a joke. We lost a lot of people, and when we're talking about we don't discuss. We're not saying
hello, sir. No insult, no insult, no insult whatsoever. I don't care how interested, how out you are. No insult. Present your case.
I take that back. I have respect for you as a moderator, but what I'm saying is that if you're not discussing Biafra here, because we're not talking. We have the capability to take over that whole country. You don't go to school. You make nothing. We could split atoms right now. If I say to Emerson Motors, stop that nonsense you're making and make some tanks, he will do it. Because you'll be by command. You guys don't make anything, we could take you over. It's Britain that we fought in that war. A lot of your little punky asses here, it took a day for a couple of battalions, 2 battalions to take you all over. Every time you're running your mouth at us because we let these Fulanis come and take your oil, and we're trying to rescue your asses, and you are here disrespecting us.
Can I ask you a question, Pansat? When you can allow?
That's only Wazobia, right? You're either Hausa or you are Yoruba or you are Igbo. The little clans we have in those things, you have to choose one. Say Wazobia thing. We're not gonna do it because we're in the south.
Can I ask a question, please, Pansat? Please, KJ or Pansat.
So,
saying because Igbos got
I don't actually know how to ask questions at this point.
We're not your mates. If you wanna, first of all, Ewa, what's your tribe? What's your tribe?
No.
You don't have a tribe.
I'm Biafra.
KJ.
You got a clan.
KJ, with all due respect,
Here's what I'm telling
can
you.
I just ask Pansat a question?
Pasad,
hold on, I can see you.
Pasad, I tried to rapper. I'm Biafra.
It's gonna be done by force. That's one thing nobody wants to say. KJ, when you're talking to this people, you say, "Oh, there's some clan here who don't want."
How are you gonna ask?
You don't have to go into it. We're gonna force you to go.
Okay, you listen to what they're talking about.
All right, thank you.
Can I beg your pardon, KJ?
Go ahead with your question.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your time given to me. Pansat, I want just to put to you, and I want people to bear witness. Are the people that you say you took over and ran over, are they not Biafrans? Because the way you speak, my friend, it speaks more into my understanding of what this thing Biafra is. If you can say on this platform openly that you went in, you took them over, you kicked their ass and speak such language, by force, we're going to do it. I put to Madame, this is the kind of Biafra that you people represent. Because there's no more person Biafra more than Pansat. He's the most Biafran in the whole planet.
Asking a question.
Hey, no, I will ask him the question is, the people that you are boasting that you ran into the ground, are those people or are they not Biafran? Please.
Thank you. Pansa, you want to answer that or you want to pass?
Let me answer him quickly. I'm not here to run my mouth with Jegun. I like Jegun is all right aside from when you're talking about
so
you don't like.
The future of the country.
So he doesn't have to answer that.
Let me just comment on it. I believe it's a
They are not.
It's a legitimate question. Just hold on. Here's the thing. As far as we're concerned in the Southeast, number one, we brought the independence of the country, our Nnamdi Azikiwe, the Zik of
All
Africa.
by himself.
Well, others
No,
maybe
it's not going to help us if we keep interjecting.
if you keep interjecting me. So,
you can say,
number one, we brought independence to the country. That's number one. Our cause is just. We've been a country before with our own stamps, our own money, our own boundaries, our own head of state, manufacturing things, weapons. We've been to war. No other country, Yoruba has never been. We've been to war for 3 years. And they use terrorism when we're fighting their soldiers and whooping their ass. Sacked a goddamn Sadoana, who's a big mouth Sadoana. We took him out. So you haven't done any of those. You're a bunch of cockroaches where like a butterfly who went through the entire... let me land. I haven't made my main point. We went through the entire...
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Moderator.
Hold on.
Hello.
Hold on, CK. Please, I said this earlier. There's no need to insult anybody. You can make your point. Nobody is a cockroach, whether you agree with the idea or not. And that's what I said. That's even the reason why I came into this platform this evening. I don't appreciate people calling other people names. Make your point. If your point is good enough, it sells itself. Okay? By insulting people, it doesn't make your point become, wonderful. And Pastor, I respect you a lot, but you cannot continue to call people those kind of names. It doesn't tell well. I'm going to bring you back to complete your this thing, but please don't insult anybody.
Sorry, Mr. Moderator, can I just say something, please?
Let him finish.
Could you just hold your peace? Let me land here. I'm almost done. You see, KJ disrespecting me, muting me, but I'm going to put up with it because I respect him as a moderator here. So my point, it was a metaphor. In insect, you have complete metamorphosis, then I have an incomplete metamorphosis. And the Nigerian scheme, we've been through a lot. Because our heroes are not just fighting for our little section, they're fighting for the black man. They know that if we emerge, that's the bridge. That's actually who our enemy is here. It's not these desert dwellers who don't go to school, don't make anything. Is that who we'll take those people over in a day or two? But here's the point I'm making that's important here. It's totally different what we're doing here. We have a defined territory. So after when we went to war, they came and they said, let's make peace. Others came there and they had a no victor, no vanquished scheme. And we bought into it. But they lied. They're looking at us like we were vanquished. We weren't vanquished, right? So since we came back, they're trying to Islamize the country. A bunch of punks. So we have two traditions in the country. You have the Western tradition. It's Western only by nomenclature, but it's progressive. Okay. I'm almost done here.
Please,
we have Islamic thing. So what we're gonna do is that when we come back to this thing, we're gonna come back to Edo and all that. We're gonna come back over there, right? So when we go back to it, if you can stop us, stop us. Because I'm saying to Simon Ekpa and then Nnamdi Kanu, we're going to need overwhelming force for this activity here. We're not going to be messing around anymore. No more. So it's not going to be done by you willingly doing it. We're going to do it by force.
Okay. Thank you so much.
That's what I'm telling you today. You're not going to hear from anybody else but me. I'm telling you we're going to do by force.
We need to move.
Mr. Moderator, KJ, please, can I just say something, please?
Our waters and say that we don't have we're landlords.
Alcohol is not good for you. Alcohol is not good for you.
All right.
Can I just say something? Okay. All right. I want to appreciate you guys. This is my first time of coming into your program.
You're welcome.
I was just going through some other things, so I saw this platform and I decided to come in. However, there are some things I was hearing here which I think we have to correct, because the truth of the matter is this is a space as those of you that believe in Nigeria, if you want to put out information, put it right so that everybody will know what's the truth, how things are. Now, I was hearing somebody saying the Biafrans, the South, that South is not part of Biafra. If you listen to what Mr. Passat said, Biafra was a country. What the Prime Minister or the Biafran Republic government in exile is doing is to restore the lost mandate, the redeclaration. Now, AY was asking a question, and he said, the South that were they consulted, do they are we sure they want to be part of Biafra? Then I want to ask a question. These people you are calling South, who created South? When was South created? How did South came into play? If everybody here is sincere to himself, if you are saying that Biafra is Igbo, who is Ned Nwoko in the House of Representatives? Where is he from? Delta State. What are they conversing for? They are conversing for Anyoma. Anyoma, they are saying is Igbo. Have you been to River State? River State is Igbo. Have you been to part of Kogi? Because I heard Mr. Jegu saying that they crafted part of Kogi, part of... See, the truth of the matter is
I
this.
didn't say that,
Nigeria...
I didn't say crafted anything. I was saying
Okay.
that the Igala, is a Yoruboid language base. It belongs
Now,
to the Yoruba family. You
okay,
understand?
now, okay, you have just cleared it now. What I'm trying to say is this. Everybody should go back to the map of Nigeria. You will know that Nigeria have done a lot of injustice to the indigenous people. They created states and carved a lot of people, like when you talk of the Igbo state, into a different state.
No go there.
Hey,
No
Mr.
go
Ogo.
there. Me na
No,
Nsukka,
you excuse me.
me na
Sorry,
Nsukka
Brace,
people.
hold
They
on.
won't be
sorry, you
talking.
point to your
No,
points,
you go
please.
there.
Let me
All those
just
on
clear my...
argument,
Let me
no
just...
good.
Let me just round off, please, so
Go
that
ahead.
you will speak. Please, let me just round off. Part of Kogi speak Igbo. Part of Benue speak Igbo. Why I'm mentioning some of this is this, because some people need to go out, make their own research, so that when you are putting out information, it will be the right information. Now, the Biafran government in exile did a consultation, because Biafra has Igbo, it has Ijaw, it has some other minor ethnic groups. So it is not only the Igbos that make up Biafra. If you are talking of South, part of South are Igbos. People should put up right information. And again, I want to say this. I'm sorry, please. I don't know the reason why whenever some people hear of Biafra, they begin to antagonize. Biafra has been in existence. It was a country. And the mandate, the Biafran mandate, has never gone into extinction. That is what people need to know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
I
you so
appreciate
much.
you guys.
Can I say something?
Hold on, Ugo. Hold on, AY. Mr.
Each
Ugo.
other language.
Mr.
How it
Ugo.
can't be like that?
Mr.
This
Ugo.
guy is even
Possible
speaking
now.
to himself.
Can you hear us? I know
I'm
you
not the hear
understand.
about LK.
Hello?
I'm not the hear their language.
Mr.
Can you
Ugo,
hear?
can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
No,
And
not
then
you,
you only
Mr.
there.
Ugo. Can you hear us, Mr. Ugo?
Mr. KJ, remember the reason why I'm here, in case we have people who have questions.
Okay, yes.
So
Okay.
yeah. So
AY, you
that's
have a
why
question.
I'm keeping awake tonight.
You have
Yeah.
a question.
Can I take 1 minute?
Huh?
Can I
No,
take
sorry.
No,
1
I'm
minute?
here. I said
AY,
I'm awake for this today. I'm just
I speak the
sacrificing today
truth.
for this.
AY,
Yes.
can I speak the truth? Go first before you.
No, if everyone wants to go, you can go. I'll go after him.
Okay, let me quickly say this. Mr. Priest CK, You see, just like you said, we need to speak fact to these issues, right? The Kogi you are calling, the fact that you have small percentage, less than 1% of Igbo living in Kogi, does not make Kogi an Igbo speaking state.
Sorry,
Hold
sorry.
on.
No, I'm not talking of people living. I'm talking of indigenous. Get it right. Indigenous, their own land that was carved into Kogi.
Just hold on. I need to lecture you. The fact that there are indigenous people, less than 1% in Kogi, does not make Kogi an Igbo state.
I did not say Kogi is an Igbo state.
Okay,
Listen.
Mr. Prince, he didn't interrupt you. He listened to his question, and then he can
Okay,
respond.
I hope I will have time to react to it. Sorry.
No,
okay.
We have all the time.
All right.
I'm here.
Okay.
I'm keeping a late night.
Yes, the fact that it does not make Kogi. In Kogi, the three majority tribes, they are the Igala, the Igbira, and the Yoruba in Kogi.
100.
Yoruba actually have
No, 100%.
Hold on. Yoruba actually have more rights in Kogi than even the Igbos. With due respect.
Who is muting me?
Hold on. In Edo, percentage of Igbo. If we even have indigenous people in Igbo in Edo, I don't know where they live. I know they've said people from I forgot the word. Igbanke, they are Igbos.
They're settlers over
Igbo are Sada. That is less than 1%. The three major tribes in Edo, they are the Benis, the Esako, and the Esan. Then you go to Delta. Igbo are not even majority in Delta State.
Delta North.
You have Urobo. You have the Shekiri. There are a lot of tribes in Delta. We have reasonable percentage, yes, of Igbo speaking in Delta, which is, I don't think it's even up to 20% of Delta people.
No way.
So the fact you are talking about, you need to speak here, tell us the percentage of Igbo occupy this state. So if Igbo in Delta decide to break out and said we are part of Biafra, that is completely fine. They are Igbo. I know they are Igbo speaking in a reasonable number in Delta. So the fact you are talking about, you need to speak in, not just gaslighting us and just move on. That's what I wanted to let you know. So
all right. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Mr. CK, you want to respond to that?
Yes, I want to respond to that.
Good.
You see, that is the reason why I said when we are having an interaction, no matter what platform it is, let's be truthful to ourselves. Now, Mr. AY now is recognizing there are some Igbos, indigenous in Kogi State. That is what we were saying. It is not all Kogi State that is part of Biafra. It is that part that was carved to Kogi State. The same thing to Benue. That is the reason why you need to go and study the Biafra map, so that when you are talking to the public, you present fact the way it is, and you will not be presenting fact as if the Biafrans are encroaching into another people's land. You have also rightly said that the Yorubas have the Yorubas in Kogi State. Nobody is disputing that. We are also telling you that it is left to the Yorubas to decide whether they want to, the Oduduwas to decide if they want that part of Kogi to come back to their side. The Igbos are not, the Biafrans are not talking about that, but we are talking of that Igbo-speaking indigenous areas of Kogi State, that Igbo-speaking indigenous areas of Benue State. The same thing applies to others. Now, let's come back to Delta State. You see, most of you are in the media. You heard Ned Nwoko talking about having almost 10 local governments in Delta State. If I ask you now, how many, either 9 or 10, how many local governments do you have in Delta State? If I ask you that, you can keep it to yourself. Go and make research on that. But we are not talking of what only the Igbos in Delta, because due consultation was made. Is because some people, like for instance, people, they want to go for election, but you are not fighting for your freedom. Most of you decided not to follow or find out what is going on. Instead of you to find out what is going on, it is the people that are interested.
Okay.
Wait, I'm
Thank you.
coming. It is the people that are interested. So if you decide now you are not part of Biafra, it's left for you. The Prime Minister has also said that. Then you have to vote to ensure that you have more votes against those people that have voted. That is it. And like I said, everybody have rights for their own freedom. That is the truth. Everybody have rights for their own freedom.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. KJ, can I say something, please?
Yes, you are going to say something. Mr. Ugo, can you hear me? Can you hear me at all? Mr. Ugo, can you hear me? I don't know.
To be real, I don't think it's all there, bro.
Okay. Yes, Dr. Agi, go ahead.
Okay, yes, thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm going to talk to AY. AY, I just want to let you know, since you think to know everybody, and it's good to know that you are from the Aqua Cross, probably because I listened to the person that kind of brought that out. You know, Philip Effiong is a big name, right? During the 1967-70 war. If you have been following, you will know that his family that are in Germany, they participate in the Biafra. You know why I'm using that? It's just a name that you can recognize to show you there are a lot of Akwa Ibomites, Aqua Cross, and all these people that are in Biafra restoration. Just like I had said that our information minister is from your side. So I still go back to say what I've said earlier on. Let's speak for ourselves. And Godfather is no longer here because I was telling him that some of his wives might be in Biafra where he's fighting Biafra not to stay. So the same thing I will advise everyone. When we come here, let's not assume. Again, it will surprise you, the people who believe they are Biafrans. And then the second point is this. I asked this question before. When did we start changing the Biafra, the name Biafra, the nations that the states that belong to Biafra? When? And you are so proud to be calling yourself South, South, South. I rather prefer you tell me you are an Efik man, you are an Akwa Ibomite, than this South, South. To me, it's very derogatory if you really look at how you come to bear that name. You know, yeah, thank you.
Can that be, Madam? Can that same thing be said for the Igbos or whoever wants to call themselves Biafran? It's exactly the same geography, exactly the same, no difference.
So,
okay.
are you getting my
hold on, guys.
You see, Mr. Jagan, there is a difference here. What I'm saying is that 1967 to 70, Akwa Ibomites and all that, they were part of Biafra. That's why I mentioned that. You know,
those were the people that Pansat was happy killing. That's what he was talking about. Is that Biafra?
You like to fight, Mr. Jago. Have you had dinner?
No, I don't like to fight. I just want to put the position so that we're having a platform of a conversation and not one-sided. You can't say one and have both. You can't have two sides of the same argument.
No, but I'm not here to speak for Mr. Passat, remember?
I did. I spoke for him.
Okay, thank you, sir. Right. Because he's an individual, he's entitled to his opinion.
Thank you, Agi. Mr. CK, do you want to say anything concerning what they've said, or you want to move to another topic? Because I want to bring in the one man.
No.
Oh, wait, now somebody hasn't spoken now.
No. I think at this point,
there's someone to speak. There was someone to speak. He's there. You should put it to him, please. Let the thing go well.
I think you can give the new man
whoever's talking should not be talking. There's one person that should be talking now.
I do not have the
Please.
strength.
Are you
German,
moderating,
if you
KJ?
decide to want to direct what I do, I will take you out. I don't have that strength. I don't have that patience today. Please. Well, let's be orderly, I beg you. Mr. I speak the truth. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So I wish this guy was here past that, because he mentioned that the Yorubas never fought a war. And I think I always say it's imperative before people come here spouting whatever their emotions just gets to them. They need to, it's imperative people read and people study. And I don't understand why people, I don't know if it's just people just being disingenuous, but they just really just don't know. Because you could easily go find out about the Kiriji Wars, Ekiti Parapo, and all those other wars. The history is long. The Yorubas actually had a long, almost 100-year war with the North. If anything, the Igbo ethnic group is the one that never had a war in its history, and the first war they had was the 1967 to 70 war. So I think we need to be very careful when we say certain things, and if we're not going to speak fact, then we just have to just chuck it. And as for Patrick Prince CK talking about Ned Walker is a rabble rouser. Like, what is he even talking about? Anioma State. He's only doing that because of what he's trying to get in 2027. You talk about this. You're the only one that knows about this 10 phantom local governments that you are majority
Wow.
in. But can you mute them, please?
He deserve it. He deserve it.
Yeah, thank you. So you're the only one that knows about these 10 local governments that have this phantom gas and oil deposits. If you look at Anioma, because it is now in the public view, and all it takes is just to go research. The Igbos are not the majority in that place, in this proposed state. So Ned Walker is just being divisive and is being devious and is being smart by half. You have the Olukumis there. You have the Ijos there. You have others from other parts of Edo there. Then you have the Igbos. You can't just come now and play this divisive politics and have people like Patrick stick to that and say, why do you think you would carve out what used to be the Western region, what used to be the Midwest, and say, we're going to carve it out, we're going to make a state, and we're going to make it part of the Southeast? And you want everybody else, every other ethnic group, to just sit back and watch? And this is what I was telling Dr. Aggie. In as much as she's very convincing, I think that there's a lot of study that you guys really need to do. For example, there was a question I wanted to ask you, Doctor. What has prevented the IPOB from creating a political party? And you can answer when I'm done, because if you talk about referendums, I think the problem everybody's having is that Biafra has this notion of it is our way or nothing else. So we dictate what a referendum is. We dictate who votes. We dictate what the maps are. We dictate who comes where, who goes where, and what we take. Because if you start, you're talking about, and I'm talking to CK now, you're talking about encroaching lands. And this man is here telling you the Kogis, and he forgot to mention the new pays. So these are places where you have an overwhelming majority of people, and you have a minority of people, a smattering. I think you people need to go learn about the history of the Western region. See, all those places that you are now saying it's evil, it's evil, it's evil. Guess what? They used to be, until recent history, under the rulership of the Benin Empire. All those places, which in turn, the Benin Empire was under the authority of Ife.
I want to stand up for you, my brother.
No, I mean, let's just be real here. So it's like people are not taking.
That is the history right there.
Real
People are
fact.
not taking
Real
the time
fact.
to go study these things. And if you think all this other noise that Ekpa and like I said, I like him. At least from what I seen today, I like him.
Okay,
But
thank
if
you.
you think,
Can you round up?
if you think that other groups, at least the big groups, are not just sitting back watching and thinking, you really think you're going to come and cut us off from the River Niger? So what's going to happen when we want to build dams and electricities in our area? You're going to come and set up Biafra inside where used to be Yoruba land. So if you decide to attack us again, like 6 or 7, I'm saying how they thinking. This is why I told Dr. Aggie to play the devil's advocate and pretend she represents the Western region. So if you decide to attack us again, you are right on our doorstep because you said you're going to take Ondo. That means you beat past, you went past, hold on. So that means you went past Ore without even firing a shot. So you got to think about these things before you start making certain pronouncements.
Thank you. I think I've given enough time to cover for the time I've not spoken. I need to move on.
Okay.
Great. Hold on, Jagun.
KJ, I beg your pardon. I would like to hear what you
First, you
think.
don't attack your papa before.
No, wait. I would like to hear what you think about what was just said. Because the profundity of what was just said could actually balance everybody's mind. That's how deep it was. So I would like to hear what you think about what was just said.
I'll give my opinion.
Okay, Mr. KJ, can I go on?
Yes,
can I just react to what he just said? Because I think the question was directed to me.
Go ahead.
You see, once again, I'm going to say this. It's always good to present the facts right. I heard him talking about the creation of Midwest. Who created Midwest? I heard him talking about creating the Bendel. Who created the Bendel? Now, wait, please, let's just, I always keep quiet so that you land. Now, you see, when I mention Ned Nwoko, and again, please, I wouldn't subscribe calling people names because this, my brother here just called Passad. You know, the way Passad reacted, and you caution him, but you are now here calling Ned Nwoko name. Now, you see,
are you talking about me, sir?
Yes.
When did I call Passad or Ned Nwoko names?
No, you were saying he's just a rabble rouser.
He's a rabble rouser. That's not the name.
That's what you said, that he's a rabble rouser. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning Ned Nwoko is this. You have been hearing, you have been hearing Igbo Bendel. You have been hearing Anyoma. You have been hearing Igbo Delta. But I'm now telling you, go make your research. Let's stop basing facts or things on what you hear.
Patrick, just
wait, I'm coming. Please.
Who makes up Anyoma?
Wait, you know, I kept quiet and you spoke. Can you just give me time to speak? Because again, it's good to present facts the way it should be. When you are mentioning the Igbos, you say the Igbos fought you, that they cut you off. Igbos never start a war. That's another lie. Who started the war? Who declared the war? It was Gowon. There was Aburi Accord.
Say that.
Wait, I'm coming, please. I'm coming. Those things are verifiable. It was Gowon that started the war. Now, there was an Aburi Accord. They went to Ghana, they reached an agreement. Now, they came back. What happened? Gowon renegated. When Gowon renegated, remember there was a pogrom. The Igbos were being killed all over Nigeria. Ojukwu said, how can you continue killing my people? You are not protecting them. Now, let's stand on what we agreed on. Gowon said no. Ojukwu said, okay. He consulted his people and they declared Biafra. Gowon started the war. That is another lie. You lied. Now, on these things we are discussing, because I am saying that.
You
Wait,
can't let
I'm
him say
coming.
things I didn't say.
Wait.
I didn't say anything about Gowon starting or Igbo starting.
Listen, I'm the
These
one
are
that
really terrible
I'm
comments, KJ.
He's saying I'm
really
lying,
terrible.
you're letting him continue.
Hello?
You're
Hello?
just listening. He's rambling on about nonsense and he's not speaking truth.
I'm the one correcting you, because you said that if the Igbos, they are going, if they are allowed to take Anyoma, that they will cut you up.
I never said that. The only time I mentioned wars was I mentioned the Kiriji Wars, and I said the Yorubas, unlike what Pansa said.
No. Look at.
I said unlike what what Pansa
I'm the
said.
one speaking. You know I'm the one speaking, right?
Listen, I said
you know I'm the one speaking.
Unlike what Pansa said, I said the Yorubas have fought way more wars than the Igbo ethnic group. And I said, if anything in history, the Igbos have fought only one war, which was 1967 to 1970, and that the Yorubas have fought the Kiriji Wars. They fought the North even up to almost 100 years. These are the things
I'm the one talking. This is what I said. This is what you said. This is what you said. You said that if the Igbos are allowed, they will cut you off the Niger, that they will cut you off from the Niger. But I'm now telling you that is not so. Now, because as it is, I don't really fancy maybe back and forth, why is the country not conducting referendum? If you are so clean, you like the way the country is going, why are you not conducting referendum? The Biafrans said they are leaving. So why is it a problem? Why is it a problem? The Biafrans
can I say this,
decide that's what they want. So they have the right to decide. Like I said, I just came to this platform. I came into this platform thinking that probably there is the discussion is going to be reasonable. Like I said, I believe if you want to present facts in a truth, present issues in a factual way, not trying to make it bend it, because you have agreed. If you are talking of only the Igbos, you have agreed.
KJ, you are muted, KJ.
Let's allow ourselves to hear ourselves. Let's listen to one another, not just waiting to respond to whatever the other person is saying. If we are listening to one another, then we'll be able to make an informed contribution to the discussion. And like one of my very good friends would say, so we can alleviate the conversation.
Indeed. Can I just put this in whilst my brother is silent, out silent?
No, but you have spoken so many times.
I put my hand up. I try to gesticulate, but please, the thing is, if I'm saying PJ,
is here, Madam Aggie is here, and there's a new guy, Prosper. So let's hear from.
Yes, we want to hear from them. I'm just saying.
Hold your gun. Hold your gun.
Let me just say this to you, KJ. Don't be like this, KJ. You're becoming like those other people. Don't do it.
But I've given you opportunities to speak.
I'm wanting to speak with you for serious reasons. There are people that actually have things to say. I do appreciate that everybody should have their say, but as a moderator, you should be looking at those people who have content in what they have to say and let them speak, as opposed to us in what my man has just said there. He has misspoken upon what I Speak the Truth have said severally. You didn't stop him once. I think that's highly unfair and unscrupulous. And I want to put context to this because we're not here to suffer strange commentary. We're here to speak intellectually. We're not here to have people's funny points of view about history or knowledge that nobody has read in the planet. Nobody in the planet has read anything that this newcomer has said. Nobody.
Okay, thank you for that contribution. But I'd like to put this: this platform welcomes everybody's view, whether the panelists or people in the comment think it's not responsible, or they think it's not all right, or they think it's not in line or in tandem with what they think. Everybody's view is a welcome. That is why it's have your say. You say the way you want to say the way you feel about it. We're not here to write textbook for the next generation. Anybody can bring his or her own view.
Okay. Well,
you are now left to go and do your own research. If you think what the person is saying, if you already know the subject, there's no need to worry yourself about it. You know what you know, and let the person present his own facts. That's how the world rolls. I don't know if there's any other time where people are no longer allowed to express themselves. It doesn't matter. The Igbos have a proverb: every madman and his sense. Allow the person to present his own this thing. Yeah, so you don't have to stop anybody. You make your point. And sometimes I've come here and I've said certain things that are I know they are factual, but people refuse it. And many days later or months, they come to the truth. So I don't have to force anybody. So make your point and let it stand. That's all. And I'm just trying to make sure that everybody have enough time to express themselves. And that's why I'm here. Okay, I have my own point. Look, the Biafran issue is what I started learning from the age of 9, because in Benue, I was one of the first Igbo people. You know, my family was one of the first Igbo people there. I went to primary school in Benue. I went to secondary school in Benue. I went to university in the north. So I don't know who else will know the history and I said on this platform, as a young man, as a small boy at the age of 9, I met J.S. Taka. Okay, that's the most prominent politician in Benue State. So I've been dealing with the middle belt policies for a long time, because I was actually interested in politics right from my young age. So it's not a question of just allow everybody to bring their view.
I understand you. I hope you haven't forgotten. I hope you haven't forgotten that I asked you, and you said yes, that you would respond to what I Speak the Truth said. I want you to understand your thinking, because what he said was deep, if you understand what he said. So I wanted you to respond to that. I want you not to forget, based on running this thing.
I will try not to forget. If I forget, I Speak the Truth is here. He will speak it again. Now, let me go to Prosper. Yes, you've heard our discussion so far. What says thou?
Yeah, good morning from here, where I am. Good morning.
Okay, good morning.
All right, I've been listening to the conversation, and the reason I come in is because I think everybody is speaking his mind. Everybody speak how he or she understand. But I want to come through this way because Nigeria as a country or a nation have a time it starts existing. In the first place, as an individual, you ask yourself, who in 1960, according to history, Nigeria come into existence. Then you ask yourself first, who was I? If your father or you are above 60, you ask yourself, who was I before 1960? You understand me? You ask yourself, who am I before 1960? If your father was there before 1960, you ask, who was your father? Where did he belong before 1960? And it will interest you to understand that Nigeria started with, let me say, there was a time Nigeria was only 12 states. From 12 states, 26, from 26, it kept growing from state to state. It doesn't mean that there were new people that come into Nigeria, that the states are increasing. It also, states are being carved out from states. Some ethnic groups are being carved out to join the others to make up states, make up who they are and what they are today. And those people that make up those states have where they were before now. So when Biafrans are saying we have people here, we have people here, well, it's not a thing we should contend about, because it is actually the way states were created. Before now, it's just the last part of states created. Abia State you are talking about today was Imo State before. some part of Enugu, centers of Ebonyi were all now carved out. Lokpanta and all those places, they were not what they are today. Some part of Umunochi, Soch, everything are now in Abia, some parties in Imo, and some is in Enugu. That's a way. Those things are being carved out. Doesn't mean that when you want to trace back who they are originally, that they don't know where they come from. All right. So you're saying Biafrans are not in Edo, are not here. Biafra is not really a language thing. Biafra is not just by language that those who speak Igbo. No. Let's try to get that fact clear. If you go by my brother who is talking about Adioma, you first ask yourself, what is Anioma? That language you call Anioma, what does it mean? Anioma is a pure, clear Igbo name. You understand me? It's a beautiful land. It's beautiful. Asaba you talk about is known. It's an Igbo name, Ahaba. So we don't need to argue about this belong here, this doesn't belong. But you only also know we are in democracy. You can be an indigent, son of a soil of a doe, and Biafra come, you decide to say, I want to be a Biafra. Nobody hold you. It is your right of living. You can belong anywhere. We are not here to choose for people where you want to belong or where you don't want to belong. That is why there is a referendum. You make your choice where you want to. But if you're coming for who Biafrans were before now, the bite of Biafra existed years before the thought of Nigeria.
Prosper, can I ask you a question? I have a question.
Yes, sir, you do.
So, who created Biafra? Was it created by God? Who created Biafra?
Biafra was not actually created by God. If you go to the history in 1935, or when the Portuguese came with their religion, the first place they landed from the Calabar side, they called the area the Bight of Biafra. You understand me? That is where the name, the man who named Biafra was an Ijaw man.
That was way before now. Way before 35.
Okay? The person who mentioned the name Biafra.
So it's
no, wait. If you should let we want to be clear on this. This is a very important thing. You are correct, I believe, in speaking about the Portuguese and the word Biafra.
Yeah.
As a Spanish-speaking person, I speak the Spanish. I've got a bit of Portuguese. I know what is Alhambra. This is what the Portuguese call a coastal region in that Portugal. Now, the same coastal region was named by them, called the Bight of Biafra. It's their word, European word, that you people have put on your head to start a movement. For me, it's so archaic. It doesn't belong to us as Africans. Okay. But you put it on your head.
Right.
Because
what it means.
At this point, hold on.
I was saying something. I didn't finish. I was saying something.
Prosper,
let him finish.
Prosper, hold on. Jagun, please don't jump in, because what you said, if I decide to look at it, Nigeria itself, is it a Nigerian name? Is there any place
no,
Nigeria?
I agree. 100%. That's why, yes, I have no argument with that, my brother. So I have no argument. All I'm saying is that we must say the truth of what it is. I have no disagreement.
Mr. KJ, my hand has been up. My hand has been up. I just
take it easy. All right,
so I just want to contribute something to that, to what Mr. Prosper is saying, so that he will continue. Like I said earlier, it's good to present the fact the way it is. Why did the Portuguese call that area Bight of Biafra? Why? You see, people are known by their way of life. The Bight of Biafra, the Portuguese calling that area Bight of Biafra does not mean that they formulated it by himself, just like Jogun is misunderstanding. Bia means come and join Biafra. That is
that's what you put it to me.
I'm coming.
It's not by the name Lagos.
You see, this man, Jagun, I think he should try to be patient. Okay. If you want to talk, you can raise up your hand. Because
I'll be patient.
I
Okay,
am
continue.
correcting this fact because a lot of people don't know this. People are known by their way of life, by their name. The Portuguese were the foremost people that came that area. They saw the people that speaks beer, which or even till today, you know the meaning of beer? Come.
Wazobia.
You know it.
Wazobia.
Afra means join. That is the meaning. So when they coined that name is because of what they had learned from those people. They came
And
here to meet.
can you
It
tell me
does
which
not mean,
language you're
listen,
speaking of,
please,
sir?
please, please,
No, I
please,
want you.
can I land, please?
I want
Can I
to
land, Mr.
understand you.
Jago? Can I
Hey, I want
land?
to understand
It
you.
does not mean that it was the Portuguese that gave them that name. The
Yeah, all right.
Portuguese were only pronouncing what they had from those people. Now,
Okay.
you see, in contrast to what he's saying about Nigeria, Nigeria was a name given by Nigeria, by the British. So it's a clear different thing from Biafra.
No.
Now, when the Ijaw man, who happens to be Frank Opigio, brought that name up, Frank Opigo mentioned that name because that was what they were known for. He did not formulate it just like now, Mr. KJ. You know, if you go back to your village or where you come from, maybe there are some trees. We have different names of trees. They are meeting points for the communities. The communities gave name to those areas. So, as a means of gathering, so I just brought this out because of what Mr. Prosper said here, so that you will not misconstrue it. A lot of people are misunderstanding a lot of things, and that is not right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
What year
Mr.
was that?
Mr.
Because your
KJ,
friend said it
Thank
was
you. No, can we allow
1935.
Madam to go ahead, please?
Very good job, by the way. You did a good job there, Prince CK.
okay,
Okay.
Thank you
Mr.
so much.
KJ, yeah.
Madam Dr. Agi, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. And I would like to leave at 10 o'clock after I speak, please. In 7 minutes, I'll leave. Yeah, I'm just going to answer a question. Is he out, Mr. Okay, he's there. He
Yeah.
asked about why is it that Biafra agitators cannot form a political group, right?
Right.
He asked me, he directed me.
Mhm.
You know, there are certain things that are being said here. At times, I wonder whether we all are still in the same climate, or really, maybe I'm the only one. Asking us to form a political, let me say, party to help us actualize Biafra instead of what we are doing. And then I'm going to ask him, were you not there last year when Mr. Peter Obi, though I know I never supported him, I'm just saying, by Nigerians, they say that he won the election. Why is he not the president today?
Well, I don't think he won.
Okay, what I'm just saying, I said majority of Nigerians say
Right.
that he won. So and then were you not there when our internal leader came back? It's the same thing when he was trying to normalize things. He was asked to float a political party. What happened to Abda?
Who?
You understand? So when
Nnamdi
we
Kanu?
talk,
Who's
no,
the
no, no,
internal leader?
no, Odumegwu Ojukwu.
Oh, okay.
Okay, okay,
You're
okay.
gonna have to learn
Can
how
I,
to.
can I,
Hassan, you
yes,
can't interject. Don't do that here.
No,
please let me
sorry.
finish
There's
so
no
that I can,
interjection.
so that I can leave
Let
you
her to
guys,
speak.
please. So what I'm saying, you saw what happened when we all talk here, you know, for anybody to have a balanced opinion and talk, I want to use the right word, contribute positively. We should be a little bit know where we are currently and where we were yesterday and where we are going. So I ask each and every one of us, everyone, let's say everybody here is against Biafra, but I know it's not true. What is your solution? Do you really know what is happening, the country you want people to remain? So answering your question about political group, it's not going to work if you know what is happening.
But
And the same thing, it will not work.
Doctor,
Because what we are fighting is to live. You know, that's why I've been saying this. We
fine.
want to survive. It's not
Doctor,
about power. It's not about food. They are killing us. So if they are killing people, we are defending ourselves. That's all. We are not going into any conventional war. We don't want to leave our homes like the Benue State people, the Jos, the Kaduna IDP. That's what we don't want in Biafra. That's all. We are trying to survive.
But Doctor,
I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
I speak the truth. Please allow her, please. Okay.
So that's what we are doing. You know, what the option you gave will not work if you really truthful and look at the contraption and see how things done. That will not work. Thank you, and I leave in the next 4 minutes, please. Thank you so much.
Okay, sorry, gentlemen,
answer?
just hold on, everybody. Does anybody have any question for Dr.
I have a question for her.
Well, I was the one that asked.
I have
it's
question
okay.
for her.
I've only spoken once since.
Hold on now. I speak the truth. We can only do it one after the other, please. Okay, AY, ask your question, and then
AY again. AY again.
Okay.
Una sabi rush woman.
And then
Una see woman that will rush am.
Nah, I had to beg you to bring me from the back.
So
I can't talk. It's like this shit is crazy, man.
All right, go ahead.
Dr. Agi.
Please.
It seems
You
you
know,
know a
now
lot
the rush
about,
woman.
it seems you know a lot about this IPOB and Biafra movement. I don't know if you are
I'm not here as an IPOB. I'm here as a member of Biafra government in exile.
Okay.
There are two different things. IPOB is a group.
Okay. Let me ask you.
Okay, bro.
Since you are a hardcore supporter of Samuel Ekpa, he is implementing
a hardcore supporter of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's too.
Hold on.
Yeah.
He is implementing sit at home in Biafra land. In this case, I've only seen this implementation in the Igbo core state. What is preventing him coming if he claims South is Biafra? Why is he not coming to South? He should go to Rivers, go to Delta, go to Edo to implement it at home. Let's see let's say test his soul power. Can you send that message to him?
No, you know what I think, Mr. AY? You are getting the whole concept wrong. You say power, to test his power. His Excellency is not here to test his power because he doesn't have to. He sits in Finland and control Biafra land and things are happening.
To be killed.
So he's not taking, he's not. Let me finish. Let me answer him. So, the angle you are coming from, right, is not in a debatable angle. It's like you're making it personal, testing power. Testing power for what? He already got the power without even speaking. He is the one making the zoo country shake. Why are they having nightmare? Why is he if any paper doesn't carry his name? I'm talking about the power you're talking about. If any paper doesn't carry his name, they won't sell. Why is it that everybody is fighting to bring him back? So when you talk about power, he has already established that power. So by saying come and do that, no, let's not go by that.
Because
I'm speaking.
He said sit at home in Biafra land, and you.
No. I'm speaking. What I'm speaking. The point I'm trying to make, which I don't want us to lose the concept, is that Biafra agitation is not for power, is not for, and what we want, what we are fighting for is to survive. If you don't survive, we will be wiped out.
Can I come in, Dr. Aji?
All right,
hold on. Dr. Aji, can I come in?
Please, if I
can I speak, please?
Hold on.
Sorry.
Hold on, Prince. Prince, hold on. Yeah, I speak the truth. Ask your question because but I want to.
Doctor, why I asked about the political parties was very simple. If the armed, basically what it is an insurrection at this point. So if the armed insurrection is causing problems not only for the country and the inhabitants of the Southeast, it is also putting people's lives in danger. I made a statement. I said, it is seeming, and I think this is where this movement is getting a lot of things wrong. It is seeming like, and Pansat will agree to this, that the Biafra movement is on it is our way or the highway. And I know Pastor subscribes to that.
Let me speak for myself. Hold on. You hold on. You invoked me. Hold on,
Pastor.
Stop muting my mic.
Please.
He invoked my name.
So I say, if instead because you cannot say you want to be in a trial, for example, and you want to be judge, jury, and executioner, which it seems is what the movement is doing. If you
Okay,
had a
let
political,
me
if you
can
had
I
a,
answer?
if you had a
Can I
political,
let me give you an
if
input.
you had a
Hold on.
political party,
Mr.
for
Pastor,
example,
please, can
I
I
want
come
and
in?
you.
you're
Let me
calling
He's
just
yourself,
answer.
addressing me. Please,
and
Mr.
Pastor,
Pastor, let
No,
me
Pastor,
no.
address
You
him.
the question
mentioned
is
you,
not
me.
for
Uh,
you.
if
It's
you
not
had,
for you,
if you had,
Pastor.
Dr. Haji, please,
if you had a
can I come
political,
in
if you
before you
had
say
a
what you
political,
want us to? Please,
if
Dr.
No,
Yeah,
Haji.
you
if you had
mentioned
a
my
no,
political,
name.
no.
Do I
if you
agree
Not
if
for
or
you
do
you.
had
I
a
not
political
agree?
party,
Can I
for
answer
example,
that
and if
briefly?
if you had
30 seconds. Let me answer.
and if you had a political party, for example,
KJ,
you would
Please,
not
Pastor,
be,
I don't want to remove you.
because
Please,
what we're
please.
seeing now is the Biafra movement trying to set the rules and forcing everybody else to abide by it, saying we're going to decide which lands we get. We're going to decide who comes with us. We're going to decide who votes in the referendum. We're going to decide when the referendum is going to be carried out. We're going to decide which numbers
All
make
right,
the
she needs to
referendum,
go. Can she answer what
which,
let me
which,
answer him,
No,
can
no, no,
KJ.
I
no. Hold on.
Sorry,
Just
speak?
answer.
Mr. Passat,
So,
can I say something
oh my
before you
God.
you
All right,
say,
No,
listen,
please,
you
no,
guys,
please?
you got
no,
it, man. I got
What
no,
I'm gonna say, Mr. Passat,
no,
you are gonna.
no. Please don't say anything. Madam Aggie, can you say what you want to say?
Yeah, I just wanna I'm responding to the last speaker, that's who I'm addressing. I don't know where you are getting the information about the movement, that we are deciding everything. This still goes back to what I said, that it would be nice if we cannot be biased and study a little bit. If you don't have to study, follow Mazi Simon Ekpa's, Twitter handle to see what he's posting, and other people you will read. You form your opinion. I don't think there's anywhere we have forced people to be in Biafra restoration. We have not. I don't know whether you were here before when I said there's nothing that is solid here. Everything is fluid. The most important thing is for us to get the Biafra nation. Then the people, if let's say for instance, the people that are calling themselves South, 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 you say you don't want to be part of it. That is fine. But already the 40 states that are created is going to be a confederation. So you do what you want to do and then have a common, like a common purse, if I should use that word. Nobody is tying anybody to anything. Like I said earlier too, if you want to change your name, you change your name. Whatever you want to do, you do that. But that's not the focus now. The focus now is to get this nation restored. We are not starting a new nation. This nation has been for 3 years. Is to get it restored first. That's a priority.
And
And
take more
everyone should try
territory.
to, yes, that's
We're
what it
gonna
is.
restore
Thank
that,
you.
and we're gonna take more territory.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Thank
Can
you.
can I can
Thank
I
you.
just say
Thank you.
something
Hold
Good
now?
on.
night. Good night, everyone.
Mr.
It's been a
KJ,
Hold,
night. I
hold,
enjoyed
can
I
I just
enjoyed
say something now?
thank
hold
you.
on, hold
Good
on.
night,
Hold.
everyone. I gotta go.
Okay,
Thanks so
Dr.
much.
Aggie, thank you so much for coming.
Thank
And
Please,
you. Good night, everyone.
we
Thank you
will
so much.
thank you,
invite you
Dr. J.
again.
Dr.
Yeah,
Haji.
thank you.
Okay?
Yeah,
We're
thank
Thank
going to
you.
you.
be here on
Thank you.
Wednesday and we're going to be here on Sunday. Any of
All
these
right.
days, you can jump in and we can have a very useful discussion. We have enjoyed your contribution, and I'm sure that a lot of people at home have made a lot of sense after what you've said. All right.
Thank you
Have a
so
good
much.
night.
Thank you
Okay.
so much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. All
Okay,
right.
Thanks.
Dr. Haji. Bye bye.
Bye. Good night,
Mr.
sir.
KJ, can I
Yes.
just quickly say something to what the last speaker said? You see, although he was mentioning Mr. Passat, you see, I say this and I'm gonna say this again. When you are on platform, it's better to present factual information. You see, that last speaker is saying that Biafrans are raising insurrection. How? Biafra existed for 3 years and it was recognized by some countries. Those countries have never denounced Biafra. Now, the Biafra government in exile constituted, the prime minister was elected, then a kind of, we started referendum. Which other way do you seek for your freedom? Referendum is a legal means of what? Asking for your freedom, which is recognized all over the world. This same man know that Boko Haram are in Nigerian army. He had never said anything about that. He knows that they will recruit Boko Haram, they will call them repentant Boko Haram, they will put them in the army. They will send them to the southeast, the place you call southeast, and they start killing people. Who does that? So
Prince,
now,
let me make an interjection because I do have to go to dinner too here.
Okay.
I agree with you 100%. The problem I think our people are making is who are you trying to convince? Who are you trying to prove anything to? These people, we went to war, we made a deal, no victor, no vanquish. We came back and they were just playing a game the whole time. But since then, their own alliance is broken up. The protagonist of the war was Gowon on their side, right? His people are in IDP camps. Since then, the enemy is revealed behind the terrorists. The terrorists, they go in and take in Yoruba lands, occupy their forests. They go in and they're killing Bender people. They're killing Christians. They're killing Shiites in Kaduna. Over 1,000 buried in mass graves, right? But that's none of my business. Here's what I'm saying to you, KG. You are not able. You shouldn't be hosting anything on Biafra. I know you're a Biafran, but you can't have punks like AY make you keep explaining. What are you explaining? We'll take them if we need it. We're gonna take it. The point is that we have a geographical. Oh, by the way, let me just say this is important. I'm not speaking for any Biafra that's let's say Nnamdi Kanu's or Simon Ekpa's.
He's your leader now. Samuel Ekpa is your leader. You gotta respect him. Could not disrespect Samuel Ekpa here,
let's have order. Meet him here. I want to make one key point. I'm not speaking for IPOB or other organizations. I'm telling you that a lot of us who are Biafrans, we don't belong to any group here and there. I'm for whatever Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa are doing. But Biafra is much larger than those people. There are some of us who are not very happy. There shouldn't be no more provocation anyway. We don't need a provocation to go back and look at who got killed in that 67 to 70. It's a lot of our kids. It's a lot of our people that got killed there. We're not happy about that. By people we could defeat in a war very easily. And we're going to bring overwhelming force. The only way I'm going to join any group is if there's overwhelming force.
Pastor, can you run 1 kilometer?
Let me just learn. KJ, you meet me here all the time without respect. Here's AY interjecting me. I'm almost done here.
Please,
what are
don't interject.
Prince, my point to you is this. And of course, Prosper, our beautiful Biafrans here. What are you making a case for? Is it AY? We took 2 battalions from Abat to come over in a day, August 9th, 1967. We don't, because we didn't bring this issue the way it is. We're not going to do it by plebiscite. We're not going to do it by voting anything. We're going to take who we need to take over. We need a buffer between our lands because they're letting the Fulanis take them over and take their resources. But we're not going to play that game. If those people could come over and take them over, we can also do the same thing. They have no respect for us. They have no respect for us because we could take over the Yoruba lands within a week. We're doing the mop-up operation. They don't make anything. We manufacture stuff, right? So, but we're not going there. When we are right
you
now.
You manufacture plastic.
Here's the point. After the war, they were playing Monopoly. You know how you play Monopoly, right?
Okay, Panza, you need to round up now.
Okay, I'm rounding it up. Let me say I'm giving an analogy now. Because when I use analogy, it goes through one ear and goes out of the other. The analogy is this. After the war, they were playing Monopoly. You know, when you play Monopoly, you could buy rail stations, you could buy utility, right? Then when you're done, you fold it up and see you have nothing, right? So that's why after the war, they're taking our lands, they're naming the South, they're naming this because we're playing Monopoly. But once we get out of that civil thing and we want to come get back our stuff, we're just going to take it back. The Hausas, the Fulanis are going to find out they own nothing but arid desert land, their cows they're having sex with, and their camels they're taking.
Okay, I need to take you out at this point.
Don't. Okay, I think that.
You're sounding like Trump.
It's a joke.
Mr. KJ.
So your side chick is waiting for you.
Finally, KJ,
your side chick is waiting for you.
Okay,
Mr. KJ, Mr. KJ, sorry,
hold on, guys. I made it very
yeah,
clear. I will not accept anybody insulting anybody, any tribe. You can make your points very quietly. You can make it harshly, but do not insult anybody. Please, please. This is an international platform now. I mean, supposing other people, my boss in the office follows this platform, and he's not a Nigerian, he's an American.
Okay, wow. Mr. KJ, sorry, because I had to go now. I want to appreciate you and your platform for allowing me come up. Like I said, I want to appreciate everybody here, and I encourage our Oduduwa brothers that are here. I will say that we should not be afraid for our freedom. Anybody asking for their freedom is not a bad thing. You have rights to ask for your own freedom. And if we want to discuss anything, let's try to make sure that we have all the facts and present it not in a way that is distorting, trying to make others look as if, or probably a kind of presenting it in such a way that you just want to present a false information. I appreciate you guys. I thank you, and bye. Probably some other time, if I come across your platform, maybe I can still join. I thank you guys. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mr. Prince CK. Okay. This platform belongs to Dr. Damages and Rudolph Okonkwo. We're just standing in for him. We appreciate your coming. Please, we are out here every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You can choose any of those times, and depending on where you are, we'll start at 12 noon Eastern EST.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. You can locally subscribe also to the channel to keep the numbers going, so that we can even be more available to other people all around the world. Thank you. I enjoyed your contribution, and we appreciate it.
Thank you, Prince.
Thank you too. Thank you, everybody.
All right.
Thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you.
Right. My uncle Pansa. Oh, where is he now? Yes, please come in. Please. I don't want to remove you, but you have to follow the rules of the platform. We don't insult anybody. We all have a control of language, much more than enough.
Point of order. Let me ask you a question. Is it an insult if it's true?
No, you see, if truth here is, in this case, it doesn't sound good to me, and it's not going to alleviate the conversation.
All right. Sometimes I use humor, tool of humor. So just
I know, you are
not
okay. You are very
Let
well
me say, Prosper, you I'm very proud of you here, and the other gentleman that left already that ends with CK. And Jegun is not a bad guy. He wants to be one of the guys here. He has a visceral hatred for the Biafrans, right?
For the word, not the people.
Yeah, for Biafra, that's fine. You got a good heart. You are a black man, so that's, at least I like that.
Okay? AY is a Biafra.
Yeah, AY is a minority guy. he doesn't belong to the Wazobia. So the problem in the country now, you see me, I'm very tough on the minorities in Nigeria because they are one of the biggest problems that we have. They like to pit their major tribes together. But then when the Fulanis come to their lands, for example, what they call the South Side, they take their oil like kids. Look at Dangote piping all of oil to Lagos. They wouldn't run their mouth at these people. It's only us. That's who they whenever you see these minorities, they want to insult the Igbos all the time. But they're gonna sit there, and these people from Futa Jalon will come and take their oil like babies and give them guns to be running their mouth. So
okay.
what I'm saying,
I think you have concluded by what
you let me conclude on that.
Pastor, your side chick is waiting for you.
I've been listening.
You want to go?
I've been listening in. KJ, don't pamper these people because, like I'm saying, the only reason why they don't respect Igbos is people like you and Rudolph, right? I don't know what you're gonna get out of it. People push up with the same nonsense from Edo State all the time. 150,000 votes. That's it. I've got that in my village. If I'm Peter, first thing I'm gonna come out and say, Edo, don't vote for me. Go to the Fulanis. Because we can't be falling on the ground for you to do the right thing. Look at their governor now. So when AY, especially Edo people, who I love Edo people, I used to think Edos were like Igbos to me. It was after I got on the internet and I see what they're talking about, as if we're the same thing. I mean, we're their mates.
All right, I think
we're a major tribe. I've got more people in my village
good night,
than your whole state. AY, we're not gonna vote for Peter if you don't vote for him. Some Igbo guy told me, "Are you speaking for Peter?" Because he doesn't want me to offend them. I don't give a damn. If you won't vote for him, don't vote for him. Because if Peter Obi fails, Nnamdi Kanu fails, then you're gonna have to deal with me. Remember, I'm here, and I'm gonna be coming with overwhelming force.
But you can't listen. You can't.
Okay,
do the right thing.
need to move on. Thank you.
There are people who are behind all these people. Thank you.
Pastor, good night.
Can I
have a good sleep.
Okay,
John.
thank you, sir.
John, you can go ahead.
Good day, guys. I really enjoyed the program we had earlier. Thanks for bringing Simon Ekpa to the platform. And I just came in to ask some couple of questions. I think as Nigerians, right, we are trying to make sense of Nigeria when Nigeria shouldn't exist in the first place. For instance, right, Nigeria was created by Lord Lugard. Creating Nigeria, you didn't take the, you didn't try to understand the differences between the people. Neither did you get the consent of the people. You don't form a country like that. And this is the problem we are facing in Nigeria. We are trying to.
How do you form a country, sir? If you're being an expert, how do you form a country?
No, I'm not claiming to be an expert.
Bro, let's not play funny games. Wait, KJ, AY, sorry, Justin, your submission right now is interesting.
Good.
But I'm not going to let you get away with just bric-a-brac. I want you to explain to me, given that you are not satisfied, which is understandable, with the way Nigeria is and the creation of Nigeria, you tell us now how you create a country that would make sense in a place like Nigeria.
Let me come in.
No. Let him answer his question.
How was US formed?
Let him answer the question, sir.
Good, right? A country is formed by the people, right? They fight for their freedom, right? They decide if they want to be in a union as a people, right? Somebody cannot come and impose a country and say, you guys have to be together in one country.
Another question.
Freedom.
Well, another question.
Good.
What you said is good. Now, I put to you, Nnamdi Kanu, sorry, I beg your pardon, Nnamdi Azikiwe, Awolowo, a few others were coming here to London back and forth for a good while. Now, what they were able to achieve was fractured in many ways and very difficult. At the end of the day, they left with an understanding that there is somewhere called Nigeria. At the time of the first elections and the pulling down of the British flag and the putting up of the Nigerian flag, Awolowo, for one, did not.
That's remote independence.
Wait, I'm giving you a narrative so you understand historically what happened. Wait.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Certain mentions, and I'm taking you to task. So, this is what took place in history. They did not, a lot of them weren't satisfied with what was accomplished in London. However, they formed a government, they formed opposition, and Nigeria began. You now tell me that it was Lord Lugard that did everything of that when he was already dead.
No, Nigeria was formed 1914, right? And
no, I'm talking about the freedoms that Nigerians themselves negotiated.
Okay, can I ask you one question, Mr. Jego? Mr. Jego, can I ask you a question?
Most independence.
Of course, my brother.
Independence where you don't have the right to control your own destiny. That is not independence. Independence where you always have to get loans from foreign IMF. That's not independence. You're not independent. In fact, people fighting for independence now, you can call countries like Burkina Faso, right? They are trying to, decolonize their people. We can't even change the name Nigeria. What does Nigeria even mean to start with? If I ask you what does Nigeria mean, that shows you that the people did not consent to form Nigeria in the first place.
I can tell you so many things about that word.
Go ahead.
I can tell you so many things about that word. It's a funny word.
What does it mean?
I've been where you are in wanting the name to change. And I'm not adverse to the name changing, even though that by itself does not give us what we want as citizens of that country. So all these are archaic viewpoints. I'll tell you, Nigeria in the British term most definitely means the area of niggers. That's what it means. I know this. I'm letting you know. We move on. We look at the African concept of that word, Niger, and where it comes from. And it is constitute in the African plain from East to West Africa. The name nigger comes from the name that Nigerians themselves largely used to give the name of the river Niger, which was Gar, Dhgah. I'm giving you information that you have no knowledge of. You're just speaking. You're speaking from other people speak, not from your own intelligentsia, not from your own research. You're speaking what other people have spoken, and you're having it. It's all non-plus, to be polite. I'm telling you that that word Nigeria has a lot of context in us in that area called Nigeria. It does, whether you like it or not. Go and do your research and come back to me.
Jagun, hold on, John. John, hold on. Jagun, are you saying that?
Are you proud of the name?
Hold on, John. Are you saying that the history that Nigerians have been taught over the years is not correct then? That the name...
No, I'm saying that...
hold on. The formation of that name came from Florence Shaw. Is it no longer in this? What you are saying now, are you saying that she did not pick that name, Nigeria or Niger?
It's very important. It's very important to listen.
Who is girlfriend,
I will
not
tell
even
you.
a wife.
I will tell you. Okay, I will tell you. You've asked the question. You mentioned the name repeatedly. I heard you the first time. I wonder if you heard me. At the beginning of what I had to say, I said that name means the area of niggers. That's what it means, as far as the Oyimbos are concerned. And that's the name that we are. Wait. I need you to listen, KJ. Because I'm not having an argument necessarily. I'm putting historical facts before you. And if you wish, as you readily like to underline, if we don't agree, go and research and come back. That name, the name that we had in that enclave by the people in that region was called Ger, G-E-H. That's how it was spelt. That's how more or less they pronounced it.
Name that who had, sorry.
The indigents who were along the river Niger, right from...
I'm sorry, sir. I'm going to prove you wrong on that. I'm very sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah. It's okay. Wait, please. Whilst you are interrupting, I don't mind, but please just let me land. I'm willing to hear what you got.
Then you can pick up from there, Prosper.
Thank you. Now, I'm asking us that I'm like you. The name gives me irritation. It's giving me irritation from when I was a child in this country. I came back from Nigeria at primary school with a lot of gifts. I came with pineapples, a lot of exotic fruit, carvings, all kinds of things. It was a hullabaloo in my primary school. When my teacher brought up the map of Nigeria to say where Soji has been over the last 6 weeks. And when two white boys saw the name Niger on top of us and Nigeria, this is what they said. They said, oh, look, that says nigger. Nigger area, look at that. That's what they said in my primary school. I know the connotation. You don't know it half as much as me. You've never felt that. Nobody's ever said that to you. No one.
All right. Say what,
I've heard it. Wait. I've heard it said to me as a junior. So that gave me a premise, and it gave me an understanding of what the word meant, and it gave me a need to search and research that name. In my search and research, the name Ger, the name Naga, all these names are quite powerful within the African context. The Ethiopians use the name Naga as N-A-G-A. I'm telling you and repeating it again, that River Niger had a name before these people came, and it was called Der. And the people in the Arabs, they knew that was the name for the Niger, because they were traveling through the deserts, coming into our territory from a very long time before any British came. So once you take this concept and this understanding, you don't just follow along with people talking, just talking. They're not talking anything that makes any
boss,
sense.
we understand what you say. You
Please,
try,
might not
Very
make
good.
it
you try, but
Very good.
I want to put it to
might not
you
make
that
sense to me.
in some places, in the meaning of nigger and other things, you are right. And those are the terms of the British and the other Western world. It's not our terms. You understand me?
Correct.
Now,
Correct.
let me put it right to you also. Let me start before when they told us in history that Mungo Park discovered River Niger. I also put it wrong, so that it's a lie. Because River Niger already have people who owns the river, who live around the river, and River Niger, originally known as Iyi Obaro. Go and make your research. Iyi Obaro. You understand me? Make your research. From Ahaba, from Onitsha, which they currently Asaba, where they currently call Asaba today, is known as Ahaba. You understand me? Onitsha and all those people owns River Niger, and they were living around River Niger, and they make fishing and everything along that side, down to Benue and others. People were all living around it. So coming to them using their own deceitful ways to tell us Mungo Park discovered this, you wouldn't believe that, and that is a pure lie. And I believe also you've heard about the name of the company called Royal Niger Company. Have you heard about that company? Royal Niger Company, which belonged to the Queen Elizabeth, and which was the first they come through the waterways, and that is what they used to start getting into our people. The first oil discovered in that area was the palm oil, which you are very much aware. They start getting into us through those links. They give us the name Niger area. It is not our name. It has nothing to do with us. It has no link with us. They did. You understand me?
Also bought Nigeria at some point. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's hear from Mr. John, because I thought you were going to say something that Jagun had not said. I think Jagun has covered what he said. And the new level you are bringing is not totally new. But I want something, different from what he's saying. Maybe Mr. John would have a different, idea. Yeah. Let's hear you, John.
The good thing is we agree that the name is not good, right? And the other thing is we try to look history from 1967, but you need to go deeper. You need to understand the foundations of Nigeria. Nigeria was not created to bring out the best in Black people. It was actually created to bring them down. For instance, the policies, right? The dependence on foreign we depend so much on foreign things as a people, rather than trusting our own innovative mind. This is what Biafra is trying to fight for. You cannot form a country without the consent of a people. Country is like a marriage. You don't just forcefully marry somebody. The person has to say yes. That's my own basic understanding.
Can I put this to you? Is it John? Or I thought that was Justin, actually. Are you Justin or John?
John.
Yeah.
I beg your pardon, John. I beg your pardon. I thought it was Justin. Can I put this to you?
Yeah.
Biafra as a concept by itself is not really a problem for me. I have connotations with the name because I think it's very similar to the name Nigeria in that same context.
It's not similar because
wait, please. I'm putting.
John,
Don't bother. Try not to bother.
Sorry.
Hold on, Jagun. While you're making your point, also make your final pitch, because at the end we'll just shut down after that.
Okay, thank you.
Right. Thank you.
I'm saying that I don't have a problem with the ideology of Biafra. I don't have a problem with people who want to fight their own oppression in order to go forward with a narrative of self-expression and all that falls into that. I would ask and put a question forward. If this Biafra thing be real, Why not include the Yorubas in the south? And I would tell you my understanding as to why they don't. I compare Biafra to Nigeria in this concept. It's a microcosm of the bigger picture. And this microcosm would have the Igbos in full control and be the oppressors of that region without the Yorubas and without the Hausa people. And this makes their life a lot easier. It makes their life a lot less intellectually challenging. They can basically come on and do what Pansat does. And that is exactly what would happen with Biafra if it ever took place. Wait, let me land. I'm saying this for us to think. I don't care who you are or where you're from. You may now start saying, I'm this one hate and that, and all this emotional nonsense, which I have very little time for. I say the concept and how Biafra came about. The name in itself is a European name. The connotation of Biafra is to carve out a territory that includes the oil and includes much smaller groups than those of the Igbo. And the reason why, particularly the Yorubas who are fully involved, we know who you guys are. We're not spellbound. We know what we're looking at. We're not stupid. You might take us like that, but that's not the case. What the case is, we're too much of a challenge in that space for you. We're too much of a challenge. So you don't want a challenge. You just want to be able to curse those minorities, as you put it, around you and live roughshod over the properties and the commodities in that region.
Sorry, can I answer a question?
No, hold on now. You come to you. Hold on. Okay, are you finished?
I put it to you like that.
Okay.
KJ, I'm going to go straight on to make my closing statements. KJ, if I may.
That's what I said. Go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Now, I believe that this conversation that we've had here today about the Biafra, Simon Ekpa being here, was the best, I believe, of the difficult conversations that we have to have. We have to have these conversations, whether we like it or not. The next one should be about religion, because this is another tough conversation that we have to have, whether we like it or not. Today's conversation was deep, powerful, and a lot has been said. We now have to ascertain how we looked upon everybody's comment and everybody's attitude, and what was real and what was spoon feeding from on high, from these people paraphrasing, making all these loose comments. You see, the issue is, as I close, we as Nigerians have to look in the mirror, and we have to do it regularly. And we have to do it so that we are able to tell our truth about where we are living. The most sad comment I heard today was Righteous Man speaking about his son, saying his son was telling him, everybody ought to jackpot in Igbo. I'm speaking Yoruba, but in Igbo terms, Father, all my best friends have left the country. What you are saying about tomorrow, it seems to me that this tomorrow of yours is actually here. What's going to happen with me? Am I going to be living in my father's house for the rest of my life? These are utterances of a spirit that is appealing to every adult to stop being children. Because at the end of the day, we as a people, big strapping men, largely behave like children. I'll leave it there. Thank you very much, KJ, for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Jagu. Yes, John, go ahead.
Okay, so I want to correct some impression, right? The Igbo man is not scared of the Yorubas, right? We embrace competition. And Biafra is not going to be
I didn't say scared, though.
No. You made mention of the Igbos being scared of the Yorubas.
No, let's go ahead. Don't try to explain.
Igbos are not scared of the Yorubas and the other tribes. We love competition. It brings out the best in us. In fact, we can also be peaceful neighbors. Biafra is not going to be the first country to break out. Russia, USSR broke out. They were a big country, but they broke out and they are living peacefully. The war did not end. The black man has not created that room to sit down on the table and think. I see the Yoruba people as great people. They make fine engineers. They are intellectual people. So you come outside and say, this is what the Igbos are doing. They are going to dominate. No. The founding father of Biafra says that Biafra is going to be a brain-based country a country where we don't rely on natural resources. We rely on what our innovative mind can solve. This is why Nigeria, after 60 years, we've still not been able to solve a simple problem such as electricity. Electricity in this 21st century is the simplest problem. You don't need rocket science. Other countries are going outside this planet. We are still struggling to fix road, to fix electricity, basic things that people need. You're abroad, right? You see how life is. You're living fine, right? This is the same thing we want for our people. And the only way we can solve that is by utilizing the mind of the people. This is why when the coming of Biafra manifests, when we get back what rightfully belongs to us, right, we will create a country where everybody is free. It's a union. So we are not forcing any tribe. Everybody can do their own thing. It's similar to what United States they practice. So if you come with this whole agenda, that's not true, right? We want a better country. We want to have for the first time, Africans should say yes. They should decide their own future. The maps of Africa was drawn by colonial master. Even the name Africa was given by colonial masters. Everything about us is colonial. When are we going to then look inwards and take decision and respect decision of the people? If you think Biafra, if you think people prefer Biafra, Nigeria over Biafra, then put a referendum. Why are you scared of a referendum? Did Britain not leave EU or this Brexit? Did anybody die? Why should exit means war in Africa? That's because of the way the black people reason, and this is what we need to fight. For us to be free, we need to first get mental revolution. This mental space, we need to fix it as black people before we even fix the physical.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, John, for coming. Yes, Mr. Prosper.
Okay, thank you so much for giving me the permission, and I enjoy your platform. But I just want to say, it is time for everybody, a black race, to understand what the time is telling. Coming to where we are, where we find ourselves, since I grew up and I begin to look into the place I find myself called Nigeria, and with the studies I've undergone so far, I come to understand that there was no country called Nigeria. Rather, we are just a company being managed by British, and that's why we are called the nigger area. The other area where the blacks are, we are the black area. We are our company and the black area. That's what I tell it to be. But every reasonable person who exists in this geographical area need to start thinking there is a problem. If you come issue about the Biafran people, there was a problem that led to the civil war. And this problem after the civil war, has this problem been solved? No, this problem remains. Nigeria had an opportunity to excel if we were independent. The opportunity they have during the civil war, under 3 months of the civil war, the Biafrans begin to have scientists who start manufacturing the weapons they use. Every country would have taken advantage of that after the war, get those people in a place, know what they did and what to use. At least by now, if Nigeria was a country, we should have been one of the highest ammunition producing nations. If those people can use their brain to do those things then, but they failed to do that. Instead, some of those people were killed, some of those people were jailed, and they wasted like that without using their talent. Secondly, going by, let everybody be truthful to himself. Currently now, look downwards, look into Nigeria. Nigeria is stagnant. Nothing is happening. Nothing is working. The only people surviving in Nigeria are the politicians who are taking the resources, only God knows where they are, to enrich themselves. These are the only people. Every other common Nigerian is dying of either hunger. If you don't steal, if you don't become a Yahoo boy, if you don't find a way outside the country, you can never survive. 90% of the families back home now are living and depending on their people they have outside the country. If we don't send, they don't eat. Currently now, you to understand that the famine that we were using to sustain is being taken over by the so-called herdsmen. And people are no longer. Benue used to be the highest yam producing state. Today, Benue has no more yam to supply. There is problem in Nigeria. Then we should ask ourselves, what is the solution? Now you see people who have come out themselves, being determined, I want to get out of this place. We need to organize ourselves. We need to be a country of our own. We don't want to get into this. Going by what is happening, you saw the last release by Israel, that they have found out that there is a country sponsoring to Islamize Nigeria. You saw them bringing to the National Assembly to enshrine into the Constitution. You saw all the way from Ruga and others that all the terms are to Islamize Nigeria. And we all have seen and know this. People still have the guts to stand up to challenge people who say we want to be free. Haba, we are not telling ourselves the truth. Are you trying to see yourself, you want to remain where you know that there is no future? Igbo people used to say that you cannot see the mouth of a bird and you still ask, where is the bird eating from? Let's be truthful to ourselves. Nigeria is no more helpful for anybody. No common person in Nigeria can be both. Look at a country where you can imprison the minors. You see the children that was in cell, locked in police station, minors.
Okay.
You see all sorts of evil things. There's no history, dirty story you've not had from Nigeria. Only in Nigeria, snakes swallow money. Only in Nigeria, rats eat the president office. Only in Nigeria, monkey carry money. Have you had it from any other place?
Okay.
Only in Nigeria, during the pandemic, that gullible Nigerians donated money. The fire has never caught in the finance office since the history of Nigeria. It was that time there was billions and documents in that office that fire engulfed the place. What kind of story haven't you had? Why do you still want to remain into this contraction that has no future? There's no way.
All right.
If you, a common man, I travel to Nigeria, if you drive a nice car in Nigeria, you are a Yahoo boy. The only people that have license to drive a good car in Nigeria are politicians. So if you are not a politician, you are a Yahoo boy.
Okay.
And they are going to treat you. So what am I trying to say? Let's see the truth. Call a spade a spade. Nigeria has no more future. And what we need to do is to find a solution out of this. If the solution is to disintegrate this place, let's stop feeding the British who think they are using us for a fool. Let's stop feeding them. Find our safety by separating this nation. Everybody go your way. It is better off than being together and keep dying every day. Thank you so much, Mr.
Thank you, Mr. Prosper.
I wish to be with you next time.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate your coming in. Please do come in again. We'll be here on Friday and on Saturday and on Sunday also. 12 noon, 12:30 in the daytime, Eastern Standard Time, EST. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
That's our discussion today. And I would like to thank Jagun, who has contributed so much, and every other person from Dr. Agi, all of their names I can't remember right now. AY, Ugo, Prosper, John, and all the people who have made very useful contribution to the discussion today. We really appreciate your time that you spent with us and the ideas you canvassed. Whether those ideas are accepted by the Nigerian or the public at a whole, that is a question for another day. But we welcome views here. We will talk about the views, we'll discuss them, and we will also, I remember right now, I Speak the Truth, who equally also had his own dimension of the truth being spoken. It is always good to judge, because when you judge, you will not war. And in Africa, one of the things we must learn is how to hold difficult conversations without necessarily fighting one another. We should always sit down and have a difficult conversation. There's nothing wrong with it. And that's something we need to learn. And we are still going to have this difficult conversation going forward. Saturday will be here also. Sunday will be here also. We will. I want to take the advice of Jagun that we should hold more of this conversation that has to do with Nigeria, so that we all look at all the for and against the idea of either living together or having nations, out of Nigeria. because as we have seen, many other nations have also, separated peacefully, and Nigeria cannot be an exception. However, for all of us who are Black people, we would like to see a one united Nigeria where lives and the people of Nigeria can actually be a leader in the Black world. But that will not happen if we continuously to have the kind of leadership we have and the kind of one-sided constitution which we are operating that gives one set of individual, the ruling class, the authority and the power to ride shoulder, above every other Nigerian, section of Nigeria. They are the only ones who live the good life. They are the only ones who have the electricity. They are the only ones who have the pipe-borne water. They are the only ones who have the right to send their children to good education. That shouldn't be so if we are one Nigeria, if we are indeed hoping to build a nation. Nigerians have enough knowledge and understanding, enough brain power to turn that nation into a modern nation. But that can only happen if the leadership of Nigeria is ready to listen to those who have the ability to do that. And they are not too far away from being able to, for government to find them. There are many of them are scattered all around the world. And indeed, there are some of them also still in Nigeria. Let's make the best use of our resources and build a nation that we all can be proud of. On that faithful note, on behalf of Dr. Damages, Dr. Rudolph Okonkwo, and this platform, would like to say thank you and have a good day.